Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of John Matrixx Talks Movies. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future content. Today, I wanted to go over a situation that happened in California to a young Star Wars fan. His name is Aiden Vasquez, and he was bullied, and he was actually put in the hospital. They beat him up pretty bad, bit bruised over his eye and everything. But he didn't defend himself because he told his mother that it wasn't the Jedi way. Now, what is the Jedi way? That's the question. Now, I'm bringing this up because I'm assuming, I don't know for sure, that this little boy, he's only 10 years old, and I really do hope that he gets better, because the picture is pretty graphic. They did a number on it, put it like that. But I'm thinking that he saw The Last Jedi and probably looked at Luke Skywalker and thought that what Luke did by running away and going into hiding and not retaliating on the First Order, that was the Jedi way. Now, that actually is not the Jedi way. It's okay to defend yourself. The Jedi did not go on the offensive. They didn't start conflict. They settled disputes. And when they needed to, they used their lightsabers to engage in combat for defense. The Sith, they are the ones that would create conflict offensively. They would start the trouble. They would start the fights. So the Sith Lords are the bullies in this example. The Jedi, they defended themselves against the Sith. So there is some conflict on what is the Jedi way. Now, if you look at The Last Jedi, Luke just pretty much gives up. He gives up and he quits. Jedi do not quit. And Mark Hamill knows this. That's why he questioned everything that Ron Johnson did to his character. The Jedi are keepers of the peace. They're keepers of the peace. But they always defended themselves, and you see that in the movies. And Star Wars, A New Hope. Excuse me. Vader and Obi-Wan engage in battle. Now, Obi-Wan did not go out to engage in... Initially, if you look back at Revenge of the Sith, he didn't want to go and kill Anakin. But they had little choice because Palpatine had already brought down the Republic. Stormtroopers were killing Jedi left and right. So he had to. But when he went to fight Anakin, he tried to reason with him first. But Anakin had already given in to the dark side, so they had to fight. But you saw the Jedi way once he had cut off Anakin's limbs. He did not go back to Anakin's body and decide to kill it. He felt a lot of remorse and a lot of sorrow. Now, also, if you also look at Return of the Jedi is probably a better example. Luke Skywalker is being tempted by the dark side with Emperor Palpatine. And Luke is just resisting, grabbing his lightsaber to strike down his father. Eventually, he gives in to his anger and probably his hatred, but mostly his anger. And he fights his father. And he beats his father. He chops off his father's mechanical hand. And then he realized, I'm going down a path that my father went down. So he stops. But Luke did defend himself because, if you remember, Luke said, I will not fight your father. And he puts down his lightsaber. And Vader says, you're unwise to lower your defenses, and they have to start fighting again. That actually leads to Luke cutting off Vader's hand. But I don't want people to look at The Last Jedi and think that the way Luke acted is the Jedi way. That is not the Jedi way. Because Luke's actions led to a whole lot of people getting killed because he didn't want to fight anymore. He allowed the First Order to truly rise. And Ben Solo ended up joining Supreme Leader Snoke. And they started taking over the galaxy. The Hosnian system was destroyed. All of that because Luke was not there. Luke did not put up a fight. That is not the Jedi way. And now, Luke, even when he kind of becomes Luke again, he's only fighting Kylo Ren in hologram form, and he's not even fighting him. So, Ben Solo is now in charge of the First Order, and the First Order is going to take over the galaxy, and Luke Skywalker is pretty much a Force ghost now. If Luke Skywalker was there on Crate, maybe, just maybe, he could have defeated Kylo Ren, and the First Order would have no leader, and they would be doomed. That would have been the Jedi way. The Jedi way is to protect people. It's not to run away and leave people on their own because people will die. Luke could have prevented all of this if he would have stood up and faced the First Order. His temple got destroyed. You can rebuild a temple. There's other temples. You can find other Force users. You can't just give up and quit. So, that's all I really want to say about this. Let me know what you think of this. Leave a comment. If this is your first time, please hit subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.